And that will motivate me to
Up your
catch up.
game.
I'm behind on one already from last week.
Oh,
Okay. Let's see here. No, we're getting close. Long Beach. That's you guys. All right. Now why isn't it here? Of course. Here we go. All right. Today's topic is taking the shot. And so I'm going to combine this with our trip to the Plains of Fame, not Flame, Fame Air Museum. And the first thing that I want to say is we had a nice crowd and had a lot of fun. Would everyone agree with that was there?
That's good. Yes.
Okay, good. And then I'm going to give some awards, the Machine Gunner Award. And the picture of the trip is here with Catherine. And there'll be some trivia questions as we go along. Can somebody tell me what caliber machine gun that is?
It's probably a 50 millimeter.
Yes. Okay. Now, okay, 50 caliber. And that brings up another trivia question. Have you heard the expression, the whole 9 yards?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody know where that comes from? World War II, when they loaded the machine guns for the fighter planes, this band of ammunition was 9 yards long. So when they say the whole 9 yards, that means they used up all their ammunition.
Wow.
So
Didn't know that.
now this was okay. Here's another trivia question. This was the most significant plane at the museum. Can anybody tell me why it was the most significant? Okay, I'll give you a hint. Well, let's see. I can't think of a good hint to give you. I was 3 years old, and my dad was the pilot, and I flew in one of these planes with my dad. So that's why it's significant. And oh, yeah, take the shot, Catherine. Okay. Now, when you walk into the museum, the first thing you see is this plane. Does anybody remember what it's called? Boy, it's called a pea shooter. And I forget why, but that's what it was called, the pea shooter. And John Boland, I think, took this picture. What I did is I just grabbed a lot of the pictures that people had posted and made a slideshow, an album. So John Boland took this picture. So I would like John to tell us what he was thinking, what he had in mind, and so forth.
Well, I'm pretty ignorant about airplanes, but I'd never seen these wings folded back and seen all of the hardware that connects the wing to the fuselage. I thought that was fascinating, and I liked the way the tools were spread out along the floor. It all contributed to leading lines.
Yeah, I think you did a good job of that. Kind of a leading line expanding left to right. And I like I remember this scene myself, and I like the really wide range from light to dark. That was very interesting to work with. I'm going to be quite open about what I think of some of these pictures. So when mine come up, feel free to brutalize me too. And this one, John, I think you're back to kind of your greenish tint again.
Yet again, yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the only thing. I really like the concept of this picture. Okay.
that John's? It says Steve on it.
Oh, I created an album.
Okay,
Grabbed the pictures, created an album, and so now since I created it, it says that. So
okay,
ignore that. I will either acknowledge who took the picture, or if I don't remember, I will ask them.
Mhm.
And I hadn't planned on taking this shot, and I was walking along and I saw Mr. Boland at work.
Mhm.
And so I shot this picture. And
It-
so what do you think of it?
It's a great shot.
yeah, yeah. I love the way you got almost the entire room in this picture, and it's all crisp and colorful. It's very nice.
Yeah, the only thing that I felt was hindering me was this plane right in the plane wing right in front.
Yeah, there was so much clutter in those museums. Yeah.
But I couldn't miss take the shot. I saw John taking the shot, so
Mhm.
I took the shot.
Mhm.
So anyhow, now this is another one, John, that you took, and I took the almost exact same picture,
Mhm.
and mine does not have that green tint. So that's something that we're going to have to work on. But
Yeah.
but that's the only negative thing I have to say about it. I like the rule of threes there, or three items, number three, and this building in the background. I think if the tint was right, it would really stand out.
Mhm. Mhm.
Didn't have that thing. And now, judging by the algae on this one,
Yeah.
I'd say John Boland took this one.
Yeah.
And
Now there I could see the green. As I said before, I'm colorblind, but even this one is pretty green. Yeah.
okay, well, this one, I don't have anything negative to say about it. I actually like the composition. You've got a nice diagonal form here, and I like technical details and so forth. And that brings the next trivia question for today is, in World War II, what were the two prevalent types of engines used in the airplanes?
Pratt and Pratt and Whitney in
Well, you're right. Pratt and Whitney made airplane engines, and several other companies. But what type of engines were they?
Oh,
Two
I-
types.
Rotary.
Radial. They're called radial. And inline. Both of them were V12s or something like that, although there were other inlines. And I don't know if I think Larry took this picture, and I'm really glad he took it. I wish I would have thought of this, and that's because of my relationship. I was such a good friend or he was such a good friend to me, was Jesse, who was a Korean War vet. And this is from that, that's a whole section devoted to the Korean War. And I think maybe, was this Kevin who took this? I don't know. Anybody want to take credit for it? No? Well, all right. I think I like the fact that the subject really stands out here, and then supplemented with the flag. I like the dimmed background. I was disappointed the P-47 in the back wasn't fully assembled. That's one of my favorite planes. And of course, that's a P-51. All right, now there's one person at this thing that we went on this event who had a theme. And if you're going to keep shooting, I think it's good to have a theme. And this person had a theme and did a fabulous job with it. And I'm going to give, because of that, I'm going to give them the Aviator Award and offer them free flight lessons for the rest of their life. So, who is, you want to speak up if you know who you are? Hello?
Larry, Larry,
Yes, it was Larry, Captain Larry. He had a theme, and what was his theme?
airplane design, designs on airplane.
Logos on planes, not Legos or Egos, logos. And so it goes. And so there's quite a few. And Larry, you had so many, I didn't include them all. It kind of gave the taste there. Here, the photographer that took this saw this green plane, but couldn't find a really good clear shot. So they framed it with the pontoons and parts of this float plane here. Anybody have any negative things about this or anything they like about it?
It's a nice
Well,
abstract.
Comment is they focused on the beams in front and not on the airplane behind.
Yeah, I could see how that could take place. The photographer was me. And like our theme is, this fits right in with take the shot. You don't know, you can take a picture and you can be standing there and think it's great, but you don't know until you get it on the computer.
Mhm.
What you can do with it or how good it is. And we'll see another. And this is another good example. This is a really nice crisp photograph of this building. And I think this is Larry, right? Larry, you took this, I remember.
Yes,
Okay, good. Now, normally there's a P-38 Lightning in there, and I asked why it wasn't in there. It's such a beautiful plane, and that's where it's normally kept. But it was on loan to some other museum, so they had a P-51 in there. Now, when you look at this shot, for those of you who use different processing methods, like Photoshop and others, what could he have done with this photo? Well, in Photoshop,
Straighten it.
straightening it would be okay. And that's one thing that would help. The main thing is he could
Lightning,
selected this area
yeah,
in Photoshop and then adjusted the exposure level.
yeah.
And so, and just by coincidence, I took almost the same picture,
Mhm.
but now you want to guess whether I isolated this in Photoshop or Lightroom? I did in Lightroom, but in Photoshop it would have been almost exactly the same thing. So now I think he had the sky a little bit better.
Mhm.
So okay,
I want to point out that they were saying all the airplanes basically on display fly.
yes, most
That's
of
pretty
it.
awesome.
Mhm.
For example, this one here, if you fly them, they need maintenance. And this is in the same area that John Boland did, and I wanted to capture the main subject is the I don't know, I can't remember now. It's either is that an Allison V12 or well, anyhow, um, I just like the way this came out. So, and if you
Tell
I
don't,
them
think
what
it's excellent.
huh?
Tell them what the V12 means there.
I'm sorry, what about the V12?
you're gonna tell them what the V12 stands for?
Yeah, 12 cylinders, organized. If it's a V12, that means two of the connecting rods are on the same pin from each side. If they're on different, and this is where people get confused on internal combustion engine design. On one hand, you could say the Porsche 911 engine is a flat six, but the way the connecting rods are connected, it's really a V6 with a 180-degree V. Well, forget it. That's something engineers argue about. So,
Yeah, excellent lighting on that, by the way.
huh?
Excellent lighting on that.
Yeah, it was good. And the symbols here kind of tell a story. Okay, one of the things that I was trying to do is, since that was my fourth time there, and I had a pretty good idea what kind of pictures most people would be taking, I was by theme, which I was looking for, was reflections. And this is oh boy, was this Cruise's P-51? Tom Cruise? There was a P-51 there, owned by, anybody want to guess who owned that P-51?
So you said it, Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, that's right. It was Tom Cruise owns it, and he flies it in movies, but he loans it to the Planes of Fame for display. And in walking around it, I basically put my camera almost on the wing, and I was trying to capture all these reflections. So this is another one where I was trying to capture something a little more abstract. That's the exhaust from another V12. And this is Larry and his theme. And what is spam, by the way? Does anybody know? Next trivia question.
It's ham. It's ground up with something else. Fat.
Ham, pork.
Mystery
Real
meat.
big during World War II, and you still have at Costco and every place else now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Popular in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You don't want to eat a whole can of that because you could die. It's got so much fat in it.
Yeah, go to the emergency room or see your cardiologist.
When you eat it. When you eat it.
Now this one, he took the shot to catch this logo, but man, look at the combination of reflections. You can see the rivets. The way this is, I think this is a great capture.
Yeah.
I'll give it an A+. It'll go in the can.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now I like what you were trying to do here, Mr. Boland, but again, you didn't get a chance to brush off the algae.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Uh,
It'd been nice to see the US or whatever else is the missing letters in front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, this is another logo. All right, trivia question. What does this represent?
Japan?
Japanese rising sun. That's
Yeah.
Good guess on Japan. What confused me about that though is, why is this plane this yellowish color painted that way?
They ran out of black.
Yeah,
The only color they had left.
yeah, good point. Things were short in the war. And anybody know who this is? And who took this?
Larry took it.
Well,
That Amelia? Not sure.
no, I don't. Yeah,
Looks like a lady. Huh? Is it a lady?
Yeah, it looks like it.
well, regardless of that, it's as a photograph, it doesn't do that much for me except as informational. This is another Larry logo. And what plane is this? I mean, not what plane, what country? What?
Looks Russian.
Yeah, I remember, I don't remember exactly, but yes, a Russian plane, and there was something significant about how it was built or something, but have to go back there and find out. Yeah, I like this, really like this one. I actually kind of like the fact that, well, I guess they go together.
Wow, what a shot.
Yes. Who took this one?
Tom took that.
Tom, okay.
Nice.
And who took, did Tom also take the picture of Catherine with the machine?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
Oh, okay. Well, good for him.
Mhm.
When you look at this picture, okay, first of all, what plane is this? If you don't know, you shouldn't even be in this room.
B-52,
Huh?
B-17.
I didn't
Yes,
notice.
it's
Darrington.
probably the most famous bomber, may or may not have been the best, but the most famous bomber of World War II, especially in the European theater. There's a couple of candidates on the other side, on the Japanese side, and it's probably the B-39, but I would say there are a lot of other bombers that can share a lot of that credit. But okay, now when you look at this picture, how many people agree that this was designed for comfort?
Absolutely not.
And what about pressurized?
Nope.
But it wasn't, was it?
No, it was not. And heated? No.
No.
And you're in this plane for, but what would it be, 9-hour flight at least, round trip to Germany and back, 12-hour?
There
Yeah.
was a little part underneath where people were climbing in that, I don't know what it's called.
The turrets. Yeah, there's underbelly turrets and tail gunner. All the gunners then were stuck in these positions, freezing to death, could hardly breathe. And German fighter planes trying to shoot them out of the air.
Mhm.
Good time was had by all. Yeah, this is Tom Cruise's plane. And who took this? Is this Tom? Anybody remember? Or anybody else? It is extremely well maintained P-51. Of course, Tom has all the money it takes to keep it that way. So, and he flies a lot of planes. He's a very active pilot.
Let's see that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure who took this. Nobody's going to claim it. Okay. And we'll move
Yeah,
on.
that's Larry did that one.
This one?
That was, yeah, that one. And I
Okay.
remember I put the caption on it with two astronauts in there facing each other. It's, what do you mean it doesn't flush?
Yeah. Okay, good caption. I really like this. This is on one. I like this shot. I am sure you were trying to catch the bee.
Yeah.
And these are probably folding wings from another plane. Um, just an interesting shot. I like it. Wee Willie.
Mhm.
Uh, Oh, this is a really nice shot. Who took this? Anybody know?
That appears to be a scale model.
Looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Maybe that was Glenn.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I should have paid more attention when I drug them over.
He-
Now we're
Back to the theme again.
back to the logo theme. This is another logo theme.
Very good.
Now was this a Japanese plane?
Looks like it.
Oh yeah, there's a rising sun
Yeah.
there. Okay. Um, I didn't pay any attention. Why did they have a Rolls Royce in a plane museum?
You
Oh,
gotta get to and from the plane from the operations, huh?
What's that?
Transportation to and from the airplane.
Well, that's true, yeah. And Rolls Royce made a lot of the airplane engines.
Right.
In World War II. And so, yeah, in the Air Force, that's how you got back and forth from the plane, Larry? From your
Oh,
hotel?
yeah. No crew bus for us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dramatic photo. All right.
What I really point out on that one is the red line on it representing a propeller. Do not be in line with that red line.
Oh, yeah, because it's a twin engine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no stand zone.
Yep. Danger, danger, danger.
Yeah. And whenever you walk around the airplane, you never walk next to that engine when you have a propeller driven airplane. It'll chew you up.
Yeah, this
All right.
is.
That's Larry again. I love this because I flew for Western Airlines and they had the Indian head at Western.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Larry took this one,
Yep.
but he did another one. Oh, Sopwith. What war was the Sopwith camel famous in?
One.
World War One.
Yep. And I think that's what Snoopy flies, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, we
It's
got
a fabric covered biplane.
yeah. I wanted to say this one here, somebody can tell me what I'm seeing wrong, but I see a pair of mufflers.
I think they're rifles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what they're trying to be, but to me, it almost looks like a pair of mufflers crossed with the tip like that. So, who took this? They get a lot of credit for it.
That may be mine also. I can't remember. Everybody took such similar pictures. It's hard to remember.
Yeah. And
I think that's mine also.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, are these bunny ears or propellers?
Propeller.
Yeah. I don't know who took this, but I like again the theme. This is your eye is drawn to this, and again, especially for something like this, including the flag in the picture, I think makes it a good picture. Yeah, this is I think this is one of your best shots, Larry, with
Thank
the
you.
flag and the B-17 and everything straight. Lighting is good. Let's see here. What was I? I hope you can't see. Oh, that's my finger rubbing the screen, by the way. Well, you probably can't see that. I was just checking. First, why is on my screen, the left side is slightly darker than the right side of the pole? Or is that just my cataracts acting up?
Oh, it's a shadow underneath the airplane.
No, I meant in this area.
Yeah, I would say the light is coming from camera right to camera left.
Okay, okay, so it's kind of a gradient there. That's very interesting. This was this is British, am I correct?
Yes. And it's a fabric plane.
Yes, it is. I like this picture, these motorcycles that they built for the war are quite interesting. Latest technology for the time.
Larry took that.
This is a picture I took, and again, I was looking for trying to get a completely different angle. And this is an Italian plane. So that was my attempt. I'm not sure whether good or bad.
Is it an aerobatic plane by chance?
Yes, it was built as a racer. It was based on a P-51.
Yeah.
And an Italian team was building it as a racer. And so that's why you have this unusual cockpit.
Yeah, they put a streamlined body on it.
Yeah. The P-51 has been a very popular plane for racing. Now this is one I took, and again, just looking for something a little more abstract. And if anybody hasn't guessed, I did select the headlight and made it a little brighter. I think this is the one we talked about with black and white, maybe on Thursday.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, the idea we had was to show this picture and say, what would it be like in black and white? It turns out not to be a good photo for black and white. And that's because there's just way too much 18% gray
Yep.
in the photo. So it just does not work out. Now, Larry, tell us about the lucky lady and why she's famous.
Well, I can't tell you that. I just looking at the theme. They're lucky lady too.
This is a B-50 bomber, and it was the first plane to circle the world nonstop.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure how lucky she was. This
Well,
thing
she made it back. That's lucky. What happened to number one?
looks like she's been run over by a Sherman tank.
Sherman, yep.
And yeah, only about this much of the plane is left. Now and I never thought to ask, this would be a long-term project, but are they planning on restoring that because of its historical whatever?
Well, they always have planes there for spare parts too.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I wanted to have a little fun today, and that concludes what I was going to present. Does anybody want to add anything?
Well done.
Yeah, good show.
Yeah. Now we do have about 15 minutes. We could look. We can skip the others, but We
Yeah.
can look at some of the other postings. Uh,
This
This-
rule of odd numbers.
so
This happens to be shot over here at a park in Cypress, Willow Park. And why I took this picture is they had a very bad maintenance aspect on the water in the pond. And it picked up all of this ooze and the algae in the water. As you can see, as the turtles came out, it stuck all over their body as well. So I called that the primordial ooze. It's really scroungy looking water. They eventually did drain the pond.